Okay, so I wanted to also show you another form of abdominal breath because there are many, many forms. And I know that there is right now a heat wave in many places. So I don't know, some of you probably are going through this. And so there is another abdominal breath to be used mainly when it's hot, but it's also very good for cooling emotions. So you can also use it as a way of cooling, or perhaps you're having hot flashes or whatever. So it's a way of cooling the body, and as you cool the body, it cools also your emotions. You will see when you look again at that wonderful 9-minute video from the PVI, from the Polyvagal Institute about trauma and the autonomic nervous system, that one of the functions of the autonomic nervous system is to regulate temperature. So when you are working with this abdominal breath and you are cooling your system, you are cooling your system from the outer heat, but also from the inner heat. So, and this would be if you practice for 5 minutes. I mean, with all these subtle tools, it doesn't happen with just 2 breaths. I mean, if you can be for a minute, 2 minutes, better than nothing. And if you want a more solid, more concrete, more deep sense, then 5 minutes, that would be great. So don't use it if you are in the middle of winter, because you don't want to lower your temperature when there is a lot of cold outside. But so this one has 2 forms. First, I'm going to, and of course, this comes from India, from yoga, and they know quite a lot about heat there. So and they had to go, times when there, of course, no any kind of help with the heat, except working with your inner resources, which is what we are trying to do in this course too, how to always come back to your inner resources when there are challenges, be it emotional, climate, whatever. Okay, so one that anyone can practice because it doesn't require any special tongue trick is a sikari, which you put your lips in a big smile, and then you're going to put your tongue behind in the upper palate, behind your teeth, which in fact is a good place to keep your tongue. If you can keep your tongue there other times during the day, it will stop you from talking, which is good because then you don't spend so much energy. But it's also connecting that microcosmic orbit that's formed with the conception vessel and with the governor vessel. So it's very good for concentrating energy and bringing this harmonious flow of energy. If you remember, once in a while, as you walk around in the neighborhood or whatever, you could keep the tongue there. In this particular one, is from the yoga tradition. And what we do is have a big smile and then put the tongue behind the upper teeth, and then close your teeth and inhale through the teeth with a hissing sound. And at the same time that you are inhaling through the teeth with a hissing sound, you are bulging your abdomen. So you are bringing that air down to the abdomen. It's an abdominal breath. So a lot of the action is happening here, but the air is going all the way down to abdomen. It is held there for a moment, and then we exhale through the nose. And you will notice that it brings already a kind of cooling. You can also do it at night when you are laying in your room, and if it's very hot, you can do just 10 of these breathings, okay? Good, so let's try. Big smile, teeth together. My teeth are so crooked, you don't want to see them. Okay, No, let's see. I don't want to see them. Okay, so, but yes, self-acceptance. Okay, here we go with the teeth and everything. Okay, so tongue and behind the teeth, upper palate, big smile, teeth together, hissing sound. Hold the air there for a moment, and then slowly exhale through the nose. Let's do 3 of these. Exhaling through the nose. Notice how your mouth feels so much fresher, and as you keep doing, your head feels fresher. And also part of this is coming through the vagus nerve too. I mean, it's the air is not circulating in the vagus nerve, but remember that the vagus nerve is also connected to the at all the area of the neck and the esophagus and the pulmonary system, the lung system, the respiratory system. Okay, so hold it and exhale. One more time. Remember that as you inhale, try to make the abdomen bulge so that the air also comes down. Okay, so that's seat carry. Shitali is another variation of this, and it requires to put the tongue like this. Some people come and some people cannot. It's just genetic. So for that, I show first seat carry, which is the same effect, but without having to put the tongue like this. And now we are going to do 3 of these, if you can, with the tongue like that. Or if not, you can do seat carry, which is the one that we did just now. So Shitali, you put the tongue like this. You are going to inhale also, relax your abdomen, bulge your abdomen so that the air goes there. You are going to swallow the air that you took through the tongue. Have an intention of swallowing to the mouth of the stomach. And hold it, and then exhale it. That's how Babaji explains it in the primer. So, okay. So we have here. And exhaling through the nose. Okay. So let's try again. You see how calming it is, right? Besides cooling. One last one. So what I'm doing is taking the air in, bringing the tongue in, swallowing the air to the mouth of this to the stomach, and then holding it for a few seconds, for 5 seconds, and then exhaling it through the nose. Last one.